Well, that was Shirebrook Miners Welfare, conducted by Mark Wilcoxon. Finishing off with Nightingale Dances, a piece I know well, originally written for Tredegar Band, played at Brass in Concert a few years ago. We've got our guests here again, which we are going to speak to the students, but the next band on will be Bedworth Brass, conducted by David Maplestone, and they'll be playing Blackbird Special by the Dirty Dozen Brass Band. The great karaoke song Love on the Rocks by Neil Diamond with soloist Steve Lilly. A great piece called The Attack of the Killer Trombones, followed by the hymn tune Monk's Gate, and finishing off with a bit of Queen with Don't Stop Me Now. So that's the next band on there. But in the meanwhile, finally we've caught up with the students out to the bar. We've finally got them. Drinks have been well consumed, as they normally do. We've got Alex, Kieran, Chris and Matthew. There we are, the University Challenge team, they are there as well. University of Nottingham, they're the winners. They've got their trophy there, which is going to be filled up with pop and orange and whatever a little bit later on. We talked a little bit before, as well, Kieran, about the band, but tell us a little bit more. As you said, you gain students all at the university, or their alumni, or their teachers or tutors, staff. What is it? Yeah, staff as well. Yeah, so you've got a widespread, and you brought 39 players today.
Yeah, we've brought 39 players today, which I think is probably the most we've ever had in the band. As I said last year, at rehearsals we struggled to get probably 10 around the stand. So
in rehearsals you struggle. What time do you have rehearsals for students? Like 12 o'clock in the afternoon? After countdown is usually.
We rehearse at 5 o'clock on a Friday.
Yeah.
So normally everything's wrapped up by then, and that's normally followed by the University of Nottingham's main night out is on a Friday night. So we normally finish off with that.
There's a lot of music students in the band, or is it for?
There's about 4 music students. The rest of us all do all sorts of different things. I mean, I'm an engineer. Chris is doing PhD.
You're an engineer.
I'm a PhD student who does chemistry.
I'm a student social worker.
Alex?
And I'm a PhD chemist as well.
Bit of brains here. I've got plenty of brains here. Tell us a little bit then. You've had Freshers Week just gone now for you? I was going to say back in school. You're back in uni now as well. So what's the interest like and the take-up that you get? A lot of interest in the band?
I think doing Unibrass for the first time last year, I think has really kind of made us a little bit more attractive for the next few years. So I think the fact we're doing Unibrass next year as well is kind of a big draw for people.
There does seem to be a fair bit of interest actually. I mean, there was I think 9 tuba players came up to us and said, "Have you got anything to do brass?" 9 tuba players. We were thinking about the logistics of getting 9 tuba players to a brass band contest, and we're in an auditioned on group, and so
we have to take everybody.
Might have to cap it or something.
Yeah. So there's presumably a large range of abilities amongst the players in the band. It's quite mixed, but everybody's welcome, presumably.
We have players from bands throughout the area. We have a few from Thorsby, from Newstead, right down to kind of like Hucknall and Limby, who are in the second section, and even below that. So it's really good to be able to kind of work together.
There's a little bit, Chris, as well. You're a PhD
in chemistry.
Organic chemistry. Organic chemistry. Yeah. It's a bit too technical for us not that as well. How long have you been playing?
Since I was 13, so about 11 years now. So it's really good fun. This was actually my first competition solo, so 100%. So I'm like, hang it up now.
Give up.
We tell you seriously, Alex, must be great for you as leading the uni brass and the competition there, to see people like this really into banding, making sure that Nottingham University has got such a strong brass band.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic. So to see a uni brass section coming into other contests is great. It means we've got some other chances to go out and build up university banding, because that is the gap between the youth section and the adult section. So it means people are keeping playing. And interestingly, about size of bands, the average size of a uni brass band is 35 players on stage.
Oh, right.
Because we don't limit the player numbers, because it's just about getting people playing.
The pace of growth has been incredible, though, hasn't it?
It's amazing.
The speed with which the university movement has grown, if you like.
Well, last year we had 17 bands play, 8 of which formed to play at Unibrass, but then once they've played, like these guys are saying, it spirals. Yeah. So just coming along, it means it's that central thing in the calendar, which means they've got something to work towards, to build on. It builds the social side of things. People are working together as a team. And, it has just got
social side must be great in university. Was it after you have the contest, it must be just straight to the bar, is it? Possibly.
Well, I think we were there at the contest. Everyone sleeps in the concert hall. that night.
Uni brass.
That's
So,
it, is it?
so they do the contest, they get the results, they go to the bar, then they go back to the concert hall, sleep, and get up in the morning and do a workshop.
Must be an interesting place the next morning.
Messy.
There's quite a few stories from last year, I can tell you.
And talking about the coverage that you were getting as well, just like to say something as well, at the coverage of the Balls event here, we've been told we're already going out to 24 different countries, so we've got to be saying hello to people in Australia, Cyprus, Norway, South Korea, not North Korea yet, so we're trying to get there, Czech Republic, Thailand, New Zealand, Australia, so you can see how popular this event is, and there's also over 188 separate towns have also been plugged into us here as well, so there's great coverage. So if any students want to come from anywhere over the world, join Nottingham University. It must be fantastic to go that way as well. Just one last thing as well is that the two of you, Kieran and Matt, share the conducting duties.
Yes. Yeah.
Happy with that, or do you know who takes the glory?
I think it works well.
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
we kind of work together on the programme. It's just about being flexible and not being.
And it
not
helps as
being
well.
Ego.
Helps as well sometimes if you've got someone conducting, you can have somebody sat listening to the band.
Yeah.
And,
Are you both in the same year?
We are. We
graduate at the same time, but not the same year. It's
So that would be nice continuation if you had two people.
Yes.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, congratulations on what you're doing. Alex will speak to you a bit later as well, because there's exciting news at Unibrass. For the rest of you gentlemen, you can shoot off to the bar now and have a wonderful time
Go and
there.
celebrate.
And apart from that, now we'll be just about ready to go back to the hall with Bedworth Brass with MD David Maplestone. And as we said with their programme, they're starting off with Blackbird Special, followed by Love on the Rocks, The Attack of the Killer Trombones. I was going to say Killer Tomatoes then, but it's Killer Trombones. That was a 1950 sci-fi film, that was. Yeah, that was a 1950 sci-fi film. Monksgate, and finally with Don't Stop Me Now. So that's what there. So just a little point before we go there as well. We've been hearing a great variety of music, haven't we?
Terrific.
It's been great.
Terrific.
It's been really well chosen. There's some really good concepts as well. The one that did the Alan Freeman thing there. I mean,
Fluff Freeman, is this? Fluff Freeman.
See, I'm a lot younger than you, I wouldn't know that. So no, I think things like that have been really well thought out. I've really enjoyed it so far, what we've heard. So I'm looking forward to plenty more good performances during the day.
I think what's encouraging as well, we've had a really good mix of new music and some traditional fare as well, haven't we? So we've had a really good spread, from Punchinello through to pop songs, music by Peter Meekin.
But just because something's old doesn't mean it's not a good piece,
Well,
We've got to get away from this fiction music because it's been played two or three times.
absolutely.
One of those, I think, is that you said about Howard Snell. The arrangements of Howard Snell
It's still one of the best things that have ever been done for brass band.
So, well, with that in mind, we're going straight back to the hall where it's Bedworth Brass, conducted by David Maplestone. They're ready to take the stage.